Hello and welcome back to Let's Play the Lamplighters League with me, Regadon. So off camera, I spent a lot of time trying to get who I think is the final agent to spawn. I didn't have any luck. I tried several strategies, the first of which was I would do a mission, and then right before the extraction I would save. Exit the mission, and if he hadn't spawned, or the mission to recruit him hadn't spawned, I would reload. I did that probably 100 times or so, which was not a fast process because the loading times of this game can be pretty lengthy. I did discover that the post-mission undrawn hand rewards and missions associated with them aren't entirely random. So say you complete a mission. There's 4 possible hands you could get at the end of that mission. So if you get, say, the waif, the gambler, and the sadist, every time you reload, one of the 4 possible hands will be that one. And then if you get that hand, you already know which missions you'll get because the same 2 missions will always spawn with that hand. If that makes sense. So it's randomized, but not entirely so after a mission. Because after you complete a mission, I guess there's like a pre-generated amount of rewards. And intelligence missions. Also, the 4 missions that spawned here, that's not standard going forward. It goes back down to 2 in the next week. Another thing I did was try playing through the same mission over and over again from the beginning. That does mix things up a bit, but I still didn't have any luck with getting the agent to spawn. So I thought it was tied to time, and so I played ahead to about week 55 or so, and still no agent. So I'm not entirely sure what triggers the agent to spawn, but I have to finish a Let's Play at some point. I had fun. I mean, I enjoyed playing through the game. So, playing ahead and doing all this playtesting wasn't a problem. A little disappointed it didn't pan out the way I wanted it to, but hey. Also, the last stand missions do get much harder as they go on. I didn't find them too difficult with my party setup, but some of the enemies do get pretty tanky. I think at one point, I mean, Anna Sophia was doing 0 damage to some of the enemies, so. Anyway, let's get started.
Survival required drastic measures. They were around every corner. I drew a scar across my own umbral sight to avoid detection.
You are a little behind on current events, then?
Yes.
Ask away, mon ami.
How desperate is our position?
Desperate enough for me to take a side. The court have captured almost every Anzakaric site known, and they have eyes everywhere.
They used to squabble like vultures over a carcass.
No more, I'm afraid. The current triumvirate may not love each other, but I've never seen them so united.
What of the other houses? Grinka?
They opposed Marteau's investiture. He eradicated them.
And the Toya?
Vassals now to Strum. All the court serves either Nicastro, Strum, or Marteau.
And have you heard anything of my order? The Quran?
I have heard nothing. Dear, you should assume the worst.
The worst is all I have ever assumed. Even a glimmer of hope is too much to ask for in these last days.
How far down your path are you?
I will see this through. The healing art is more difficult for you now than it was.
Locke told you?
He told me nothing, but I know the signs.
I will not fail you in the field, if that's what concerns you. My skills are as sharp as ever. It is only a little harder now.
Since you first took a life,
Yes.
we become what we do. It is a problem I know well.
You do? Do you think I might lose my miracle?
You will never be one of the great healers of this age. But so long as your heart can bleed for the pain of others, your art will stay with you.
Also, I found an undrawn hand card I hadn't seen before. I think it's called the Grand Wind. It has a 10% chance to grant 1 AP to an agent that attacks while they're inspired. So I thought that'd be really good on Eddie, since he attacks twice per turn, but we don't have it now, so let's enter the tower at the end of the world. We're going to assign agents to these missions as well, though I don't think it'll matter in a second.
'Cause.
Oh yeah. So used to clicking through these from all the playtesting I was doing. So this one will get 6 skill points and 20 supplies. Here we get 1 poison bomb 1 and 2 intelligence. Here's 4 ether and 1 healing.
Failure is not an option.
And here we get a firebomb 2 and 4 ether.
Leave nothing to chance.
We also have some upgrades to take care of. Let's give Latif Distract 2. Latif inflicts blinded to all enemies in an area. Affected enemies prioritize attacking Latif. Affects 6 tiles. I'll grab Conductive on Nocturne. Nocturne's outgoing shock damage is increased by 50%. And Fortitude, max stress plus 2. Okay, now we can enter the tower at the end of the world. This is a point of no return. Enter the tower at the end of the world, and place the Atropic device at its crown. Inside the Wellspring of All Magic, the Atropic device will strip the Scions catalysts of their magic, rendering the Scions themselves defenseless. This is a critical mission. Okay, let's bring our A-team. This is a point of no return. When you deploy, you will not be able to return. Are you ready? Enter the tower. The Atropic device is complete. The catalyst samples placed inside. The keystones formed into a door, and the agents, equipped with protective wards as strong as I could make them, passed through. Inside the tower, they will place the device at the very heart of the Brightstorm. If all works as I expect, this will sever every drop, every shard, every splinter of the Scion's catalyst from their magical source, rendering nothing more than blood, metal, and crystal. And then we will kill the Scions. The Banished Court will be no more. The world will be safe, and the vow I swore over the Greymoor's graves will finally be fulfilled.
My God. The tower. I feel like I'm walking on another planet.
Come on, mates. Let's plant Locke's device and get out.
Ethereal motes. Swirling motes of ethereal light dance on a honeyed breeze. Like the frame rate struggling a little bit here. It could also just be the effect of the wind in the shadows.
Sweet Lord. We have really stepped through the looking glass this time.
Tower walls. The material that lines the tower's walls is at once biological and mineral, like bark infused with marble.
Poxy Court kids. Leave it to them to muck up something beautiful.
Lamplighters, you're too late.
Something beat us to you, Marteau?
Nicastro, the witch stabbed me. I'll pay her back when I've finished with you.
You can help us with this. We can make it out of this. I know we can.
I found the right one on the first try.
Even if it kills me. Especially if it kills me. Huh.
Spirited, aren't you?
Admit it. You're impressed.
I can't get into him because I circled around this way. If we ran straight in, could have had him.
Get in tight. I'll cover you.
Let's make this interesting. Simply perfect.
I cannot let you kill me.
It was supposed to be mine.
Bye-bye, Marteau.
Let's try and get across here real quick.
I think we pissed them off.
So I wonder who's going to be the final one. Who... Well, maybe they all betrayed each other, so they'll all be injured. It's 2 melee units. We'll just sit here and overwatch.
Don't be shy now.
I'm reloading.
Bingo.
All right. What's next?
So far, so good. I mean, compared to the stuff I was doing off camera during the last stand missions, I think this is going to be a cakewalk.
Rise, my devouring king. Awaken from your cadaverous slumber. Let your dead flesh weave itself anew.
Hurry! That monster is hurting the bright storm!
Absorbed remains. The organic crenellations of the alcove floor contain hints of old bone. Ancient remains, perhaps, absorbed over the course of millennia. Hasten Flask 2. Well, it's here if we need it. I think we're pretty set.
The divine light summons its defender.
The court calls them usurpers. They claim that thousands of years ago, their forebears built the tower. And then, The usurpers arrived and drove them out.
Yeah, we fought them before. We also had... Off camera, I fought an enemy we hadn't seen before.
You know what to do.
I was half drowned as one of Nicastra's units. He's a bit of a chump, but... I don't think we've seen him before. Maybe the same thing happened here that happened then. I tend to kill the enemy so fast I don't really get to identify him some of the time.
Together now! Out of the way!
You're on my list now, partner.
Not an impressive amount of damage.
Y'all taking notes on this?
Oh, nice one.
Caught you with your pants down, huh? You best stay down and keep away from my
Yeah, it's
friends
not worth
here.
using the rogue ability. It's just not that good.
Spot the weak point. Ooh, right in the soft bits. So, you want to see what I can really do?
Hell, I was just starting to have a little fun. Push on.
I can't tell if it's just the shadows floating by that's causing the illusion of a frame rate drop or not. Kind of weird.
What's this then?
An Zakari tablet in the beginning. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible, because it's the Tower of Babel. In the beginning of all things, there was the earth and the sky, and the bright storm that is the heart of magic and the source of the divine. And there was also the tower, the tent pole that holds up the sky, the rod that grounds the earth, the sentinel in the storm. In those days, the tower stood apart from gods and men. If you reached for it, it would recede like a mirage above the sand. And in the storm, the winged Ur-Anzu cast a watchful eye, for they were creatures of the tower, and it was their hunting ground. So it was for an age and an age, till the Anzakari came. Oh, whoops,
It
there's
seems
an
the
enemy
fight is
here.
unavoidable now.
It's just the one though, so not a big deal.
Giving them something to think about. Whoa! Did you see that?
Whoops, I forgot to bless and then do that. It's fine.
I did not ask for this.
I can cast this again for more AP, but it's not going to survive that long anyway.
Light 'em up! Move out.
Alright, so this area also loops around, so we'll check that out after we go up here. Healing elixir.
This ought to come in handy. Guess that'll do for now. Let me hold on to this.
We haven't had a need to use Second Wind yet. Or any of our signature abilities, or anything really. Press Remedy 2, and... Enzakari Tablet, Custodians. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible. Before the rise of ancient Uruk, we of the Enzakari tribe strode as heroes upon the earth. We had mastered all arts and had bested all foes. We knew the true names of all things. Our mothers' mothers tamed this place, this tower at the end of the world. We tend to its keystones. We quell the bright storm. We calm the Uranzu with song. Take heed and rejoice, O ascendant kin. We have tamed the divine. We stand as the bridge between man and heaven. We weave portents like cloth of the loom. Through our works, the sun-parched deserts flourish. We banish both drought and flood. We sweeten the water, we fatten the lambs, we hold famine and sickness at bay. Our gifts are the miracles born of the storm, sculpted like clay in our hands. What other kingdom can boast of such gifts? What artist can mimic our craft? The outsiders are as hills to our mountain, fit only to petition our aid. They must show us deference and pay us just tribute, for that is our eternal due. We cast our shadow upon them, for we tend the storm, and so shall it be for all time. What about the end of time? For that is where the tower resides. Medical kit 2, we don't need that. It's not very often we actually take damage. Tower floor. The ground rises and falls, almost imperceptibly slow, like the chest of a sleeping giant. That's Strum next.
Look, Strum. We may not get a better chance to put him down.
Sounds great, but can we afford to spend the time?
Yeah, I think we can.
Y'all may want to start running.
Right, they ran up to me. I respect the moxie.
I will break you all. Then feed the Castro to the storm.
So I'm guessing, I don't know if this is predetermined or if the Castro is ahead of them because she was the first one whose last stand we had to do.
Want to dance?
They've left themselves open.
I am not finished.
Say so, buddy. You go down on the next shot.
No, I cannot die. I cannot.
That's done. Once and for all.
Has to be a way to better angle this. Ah, that'll work.
God, I love this job. Ha ha! Woo!
Do that for
I'm
the 2
fine
AP.
tonight, chaps.
And finish this guy off.
Can't have this lot running around wreaking havoc, can we?
I've got your number.
I should have did that backwards.
Got your attention now?
Hey, save some for me, will you?
Not too shabby.
Got you dead in my sights.
I guess we make a pretty good team.
I did that all in one turn.
Let's make tracks.
Let's go back and grab that second wind.
Divine Mother, grant me your healing miracle. Are you ready?
Alright, clicked up there next to the second wind. Let's see how the pathing handles it. I'm hands-free. Oh wait, this is an inspect, right? Damaged floor. Scar streak the tower floor. Deep wounds knitted over with lichen. Well, I'm glad I came back this way, or else we would have missed that inspection point. Oh, we could drop down here. That would have been a little more efficient. There's definitely some frame rate issues. So, I mean, watching them run around tells you that there is, but also when they drop down there is really laggy looking. Strange flowers. The flowers of this plant let off a sickly sweet aroma, like honey and kerosene. Its roots wrap around the carcasses of innumerable dead rodents. Otherworldly foliage. The overgrown fronds of this sinuous fern pulse like a heartbeat, growing slightly larger after every contraction. Also, the Scions are dead. Their bodies are still here. I wonder if they come back to life. So if they're dead, we don't have to deal with the atropic device, right? Because they can't use their magic if they're gone. Another hastened flask. And Zakari tablet, the Court of Devils. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible. We fought the invaders with all of our might, but we were not enough. They broke through our lines and seized the tower. Our custodianship was done. The storm grew wild, and dark clouds gathered, and they enacted terrible rites. Vile rituals beyond count. I will not name them here. For many days the court held sway. They hunted us as animals and cut us down for sport. At last the Uranzu arose as a host, and they bathed the tower in flame. Its bricks glowed white under their wrath, and the Court of Devils fell. The Uranzu still cried for blood in voices old as time. We quailed in fear to hear their shrieks, their murder-maddened cries. So began the end of all things. We are now few and afraid. Enzakari Tablet, The Invasion. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible. Though the accursed stranger failed in his bid for the tower, the damage had been done. Like ants they followed. Outsiders, prophets, pilgrims, and seers and saints. We fell upon them at first sight, soldier and poet alike. We cut them down like barley stalks. We hewed through them like wheat. But the tide was relentless and wicked and vast, and it could not forever be stemmed. At last, there came a court of devils, demons in the skins of men. They carried rods of thunder and flame. A host of the damned trailed behind them.
Oh, it's on.
They found me. Keep on like this, and the noble houses will be ruins in no
It says
time.
one. There's definitely two enemies here.
We can make it out of this. I know we can.
Get! Time to light 'em up! Didn't have to go this way.
What a shot! Love to see it.
In the clear.
Roll out.
I'm guessing the final fight will be a lot more difficult than what we're currently up against. Enzakari Tablet, The Blasphemy. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible. The tower's gifts protected us. The stranger had gifts of his own. His lips breathed 1,000 blasphemies as he took aim with his bow. A god-kissed arrow hissed and wailed and shivered in his grasp. He loosed the dart and let it fly, and it found young Huron's chest. Beloved was he, the miller's boy, a flower in full bloom. But his blood flowed black like a bitter fountain, and it filled the air with salt. Under the weight of such blasphemy, the Urianzu took wing. They struck the stranger and his host with bolts of holy flame. The tower shook with soot and screams as the fire did its work. It ate their bodies and drank their souls, and smote them into ash. The Urianzu screeched with a single voice, their wings stained black with soot. Their innocence lost, they became as beasts, and they filled our hearts with fear. That's a really cool story. I'm curious who the stranger was.
Light our way.
Come on out now! Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, a ton of procs have hit him fast.
Run for the hills,
Oops,
boys!
that was the wrong. This would be a regular attack, not light him up.
That's that.
Not that it matters, I think it still would have taken 2 more turns to finish him off.
Come on, y'all.
But still. Been playing this much, I mean, everything should be optimized. And speaking of optimization, this frame rate. Enzakari Tablet, The Outsider. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible. There came to us a stranger, a man both wise and cruel. He was a knower of secrets, touched by the deep, and a servant of gods without names. Okay. So it's the somebody that worshipped the Devouring King, most likely, or one of the other 140 gods in that pantheon. So I'm curious. It seems like maybe Nicastro's more tied to this than the other Scions. Many days he had traveled through storm and wind and blaze, and they left their mark upon him. And at his back there marched a teeming host that howled for our blood. Being Enzakari, our duty to the tower was clear. For many days we used our gifts to hold the host at bay. We uprooted the tower, we roused the storm, we struck them down as they came. They lusted to steal the tower's gifts, and their avarice only grew. They slashed at the air in anger, and their arrows fell like hail.
Heed my call! Let your swollen carcass swim with life! Let your teeming minions swarm the seas!
Broken tablets. Clay tablets lie here, unreadable beneath lifetimes of lichen and moss.
Alright, it's time to look sharp.
Take a second to read the lore. Enzakari Tablet, The Collapse. The writing on this tablet is impossibly ancient, but universally legible. The invader's sickness has taken root in us. It steals the breath from our lungs and the fire from our hearts. Our mouths froth over and our nostrils seal shut. Our healing arts cannot cure it. The Era Anzu are now savage things, and no human art can tame them. The compact between man and tower is broken, and its creatures treat us as prey. We cannot flee or fight or hide. There's no future for us but death. I'll have the one enemy currently aggroed, it looks like.
Don't stop now!
So I don't know if we have enough damage to take out 3 of these guys. We might, depending on Anna Sophia's cooldowns.
Together now! Out of the way!
Oh, whoops. Yeah, they didn't do that. Oh, it's automatically targeted the 2 guys that weren't even hostile to us.
It's gonna get noisy. How do you like that?
Oi! Hands off. That one's all mine.
Let's try and spread some armor shred and bleed.
You know what to do. Then do it.
So, you want to see what I can really do?
Alright, we'll use the Serpent for free casting of the Waif.
Spot the weak point! This is your fault.
The
not
3
mine.
shots, doing 200 damage a pop at least.
Too easy.
We'll see that Usurper destroyed. This one soon after.
Are we gonna make a habit out of this?
Move out.
Yeah, this party composition is a little silly. If I got that Grand Wind card, we'd be in even better shape. Which is hard to believe. The edge of the tower. Human eyes have not seen this vista in millennia. Perhaps longer. Perhaps since before time itself. Don't need the second wind. Strange thrumming. Power thrums through the air. A low, discordant note played on a violin string the size of the universe. Have to hold it down.
We're through! Locke's words protected us!
Yeah, cheers to that, but look at them. They're toast. And we still have Locke's device to plant.
That's where we're going. I'm sure of it. And once we drop down, there'll be no coming back.
If that ain't our doorway into the storm, I don't know what else could be.
That looks like a one-way trip. So who's going in?
Does that mean whoever enters it dies? Sacrifice somebody? The Ascendant Scion. The Ascendant Scion revels in the power of the Brightstorm, apparently unaware of the tower's other visitors. For now.
Let the oceans royal, the devouring king stirs the black bellows of his heart, swelling to life.
I get to go all the way back here.
Screw it! I'll get it done.
That's it! I'm going!
Right, well, I'm doing it.
I should be the one to go.
So enter the storm, 2 agents must survive.
Gotta see this thing through to the end, right?
We'll make it count, my duck. Don't you worry about that.
Come for me, fools! I'll open you neck to navel, spill your life into the storm.
Okay, so she did sacrifice herself, I think. Or maybe not. Again, Pranima said it was a one-way trip, so I'm thinking whoever goes in there isn't coming back. I think thematically, Anna Sophia would be the best option. She seems to be the one struggling the most. It would make her renouncing her vows, I guess, more justifiable, more worth it. But honestly, if I had known that someone may have to sacrifice himself, I would have brought Nocturne, because I think she just wants to be dead again. Alright, so can we do anything against her? Yeah, passive barrier of magic energy. So I don't think we can damage her right now.
We have righteousness on our side.
Just to be clear. We can always try, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, we have to last for 6 turns.
Light 'em up!
Yep, invulnerable. Great.
See, now you done pissed me off.
That's enough out of you, isn't it? My favorite little party trick, this.
Where the
Well,
hell
I found
do
the
you
right one
learn
at
to do
least.
It's done. I could tell he was close to death. You can see it in the eyes.
Alright, what to do here? gonna try and kind of run around her towards this side and try and take care of these enemies.
Even if it kills me. Especially if it kills me. Huh.
Blood in the water. Each cut is a gift.
Alright, she doesn't seem that much stronger than she was. She just can't take damage.
Wanna dance?
Bullseye. I'm reloading.
Out of range, I can't cleanse both of them. If I park right here, I'll take a hit from Nicastro most likely.
Too slow.
Got nothing else to do, so I'll just shoot at her right now. I guess I can move further over here, further away from her.
Let the deep embrace you.
Not so fast, Jack.
Yeah, they're gonna spawn in, but I might just hold up over here.
Gotta stay
Not gonna make it
alive
over there in
until the
time.
device goes off.
This ain't gonna end well.
Oh, he disappeared. Son of a gun.
Just need a clear sight.
Let me get back behind cover then.
You should not try to fight me.
Not super
but I
excited about
prefer
that.
You do. Your skill.
Because she's got the usurper as well.
Good.
Did she get knocked down or die? Oh, it has to be... Oh, this ability needs to go away so I can see what's going on. It was just a
More guards
knockdown,
incoming.
thankfully.
You cannot hurt me. I am beyond death.
You say so.
Y'all see that? Another great shot.
Alright, let's hopefully apply a bleed and get some healing.
Come on! Come! Fight back!
Uh-oh. That's a problem.
Whew, it's a real party.
Alright, the magic respawning there might actually be advantageous for us. Oh, that's not. Take out the Magister, we increase the stress that all the enemies around us take. And let's let them duke it out.
Scion! Focus on the flunkies!
Alright, he only has...
No time for a sit down.
Oh, thank you.
That sucks. I still managed to pick her up somehow. Alright, screw it. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. What? I clicked on the signature ability, I thought.
Floundering in the dark.
That's a problem. That is a big problem.
All right there, beautiful.
I'll feel it tonight, but I'm good for now.
Marking targets.
I mean, he can't see her. I hate that. The invisibility should counter that, in my opinion. Yeah, we're in a big old pickle right now. I was supposed to use Anna Sophia's signature ability, and I somehow didn't click on that, so. But if I pick her up with Purnima, who's invisible and shouldn't get attacked or targeted because she's invisible, we can heal everybody up and we'll be fine.
Get these flunkies out of here! Give us some room! Bodies, right?
It's not fatal.
Cool, she gets the 2 AP
Let's
off of
focus
that
on
as
the
well. We're doing fine.
Good as new. Oh, close to.
Ain't dead yet. Let's get them in the ground.
You can help us with this.
Seriously, that triggers that? That's annoying.
This battle is ours to win. This war is ours to win.
Okay, we're back in it. I mean, I'm excited there's a challenge, because it's been a while. But, some of this stuff just...
We can make it out of this.
I don't entirely agree with.
I know we can.
I mean, this is gonna mess these guys up. Also, Anna Sophia, so I have to be a little careful about how I handle that.
It's necessary.
Alright, mostly doing this to heal Anna Sophia a bit. Because she's a little roughed up.
Come on, reload.
Also building a lot of stress.
It is the only way. Together now!
The problem is we have that purifier right beside us. Judith would have been fantastic to keep in the team for this part.
So much pain. But it's necessary.
Okay. How to do this. think we need to pull back some.
This is how we say hello in Texas.
I can't for the life of me figure the trick of it.
Hey, her stress went up at least. Even if she can't take damage. I wonder if that will carry over to the next stage of the fight.
Spot the weak point.
You're on my list now, partner.
Uh-oh. Unfortunate, but I think we'll be okay. Not exactly who I wanted to target, but thank you. There we go. Is she about to explode? I saw this red circle. I'll move out of it just to be safe.
So, you want to see what I can really do? Get a move on.
Oh, thanks, partner.
Alright, enemies are afoot.
Draw!
Just 50 damage. Not a huge deal.
Snuff out the stars. Come.
Hate that ability though.
Watch out! They brought more!
Something is wrong. I'm drowning. Drowning in light.
By God, she did it! And now we're gonna put you down!
We'll have to run up to her, unfortunately. So actually, what I'll probably do is pull back and set up a defensive position. Because Overwatch doesn't care about the darkness that she just spread.
What will your blood tell me? I wonder.
That's okay. We pick up Anna Sophia, have her heal everybody. Stay in the fight a little longer. We'll let the usurpers keep fighting the rest of the Banished Court forces because I don't have time to deal with that.
That'll fix you up.
I will be fine. We can't stop now.
Why can't he move? That's kind of annoying. By kind of, I mean super annoying.
Let me help you.
Right. Well, don't see that every day.
Also
do
heal
we?
her for 30 health. Fantastic.
Is that the best a lamplighter can do?
Yeah, something like that.
Exquisite! Ah, you're skilled. Good.
Alright, why can't she shoot? Oh, now it's because she doesn't have AP. We can fix that. No targets in range. I mean, what is this? Alright, here.
Forgive me, my king. Forgive me.
Damn. Thought that and it'd never die.
Anyone moves, I'll put them down.
Alright, I guess you're stuck there, buddy. Alright, now he can move. Great. Well, I'm not gonna stay here and fight everybody. I'm just gonna leave. Oh, wow, okay. That's annoying. I'm glad to see he can do that even when he's stressed. I mean, do they really want to try their hand at fighting me? Sure.
Keep going. We can beat them.
I just defeated your boss, but I've got time to spare, I guess. Be a little careful because she's a little stressed out. I don't have a way to fix that. He's also about to get stressed out. I just kind of wanted to leave. I don't want to risk.
Warmed up.
Not that it's going to matter, because once we finish the game, it's not like it's going to carry over to the next mission or anything.
Buffalo Bill, eat your heart out.
Got it covered.
Alright, down to 3 enemies, but they're far enough away I don't think it's going to be a problem. I see 2 out of the 3 enemies.
Quickly! The tower wants us
Maybe it would be faster to take them out, I think. Well, he's got stressed out.
Back to the portal! Go! Go!
I don't know what to do. The Banished Court is toppled, its Scions dead or lost forever. The tower at the end of the world is safe once more, but our victory came at a terrible price. Yeah, I wouldn't have sacrificed Judith had I had confirmation, and I guess Pranima did say it. But I really couldn't afford to give up Anna Sophia for a last stand. I wish that would have been... I mean, I get why they didn't explain that before the mission started, because it would have taken away the impact of it, right? But Nocturne is the perfect candidate for it.
Set out to take down one bastard, but look at me now, Ma. I'm saving the world.
For once, words fail me. You've accomplished the impossible. You've destroyed the Banished Court. The world is safe. Thanks to you.
They didn't do it by themselves, boss. Your atrophic device worked. We'd be having this chat in hell if it hadn't.
It worked, but not without cost. Judith Harlow paid for our victory with her very soul. Another hero, lost. I'll carry that weight until the end of my days.
It wasn't heroism, Locke. It was the job. We knew what we were getting ourselves into.
And if it came down to it, we all would have gone in there.
Perhaps this is what heroism truly is. Doing what must be done, no matter the cost. I've made no secret of why I hired you. I couldn't find any more heroes. So I found scoundrels instead. Not to replace the old Lamplighters, but to fight in their place, and if need be, to die in it. I can see now that I underestimated you. Badly. You are Lamplighters. Not as I remember them, perhaps, but as the world needs them to be.
You have another job for us. Is that it?
Not now, no. But when the next threat arises, when the world needs the Lamplighters League again, may I call on you?
You may.
Yes. You may.
Why not?
Of course.
What the hell? Yes.
You'd better.
All right.
Why not?
Assuming you can pay us, that is.
Well, that game was quite the treat. I enjoyed just about everything about the game. The gameplay, the aesthetic, the setting. I mean, from top to bottom. I have two grievances with it. One, there were some performance issues. Not a big deal, that can be fixed. Two, it can be a little frustrating to get all the agents, which may be what they're going for. It adds replay value, but also you can change which agents you start with in the difficulty settings at the beginning, so you can eventually play with all the agents regardless. It's not a huge deal. But overall, I just really enjoyed the game. I mean, this entire genre, I absolutely adore. So glad they made a game about it. Unfortunately, we may not see any expansions or sequels to it because the publisher and developer parted ways. So, which sucks because I think there's a lot of potential with this IP. There's so much they could do with it. They could do aliens, extraterrestrial, Journey to the Center of the Earth type campaign. There's just a whole slew of options. Cryptids they could explore, just different time periods. They could go back to like the Crusades and follow the Lamplighter's journey back then. Just an absolute vast amount of potential with this IP, and I'd love to see. Sorry, I saw some names up there. I'd love to see more from it, but unfortunately, that may not be the case. I hope it is, though, because, again, I really enjoyed it. Even when I was trying to grind out for that agent, I enjoyed just playing through the missions over and over again. It's a really fun game, a fantastic gameplay loop. Worst case scenario, some of the missions did get a little redundant, but there was a lot of variety. A lot of them played very similarly. I really enjoyed the Lost in Transmission missions, where you had to go and hack the consoles and hold the line while you hacked the consoles. That was a really fun mission type. Like the assassination and the artifact retrieval, all those kind of played the same. I thought it would be cool. I understand why they didn't do it, because they didn't really want to explore the characters' background so much, but kind of like touch on them through conversations, which I really appreciated. A lot of conversations. I saw more than you guys did as I was playing through the trying to play it ahead to try and get that agent. And there's some really good stuff. I mean, the conversations are really solid. The character building is really well done. Just like the little snippets, too. But having like a mission assigned for each agent would be kind of cool. Have them be unique missions, kind of like how they did with the heist missions and the prep missions. Because those were fun. Just mixing it up. But it'd be a good excuse to add more mission types, I guess, is the short of it. I wouldn't mind getting some lore for the previous Lamplighters as well. They kept getting alluded to. You could find stuff via the notes and lore in the missions, but you can always do with more, right? Because the setting's just cool. There's so much potential. And I'm glad I got to play it. And I'm glad you guys joined me on yet another adventure. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.